they are not yours. They belong to the bloodline, to the ancestors, but they are not yours. This is not you. These are really not your thoughts. This is really not your body. You have such a separated relationship between you and your body. No wonder it's really not yours. It came in through the DNA. It came in through the blood and the energy line itself. I don't want to give an exact number on it, but the vast majority of your physical imbalances are not yours. The vast majority of the imbalances of the mind are not yours. They belong to your ancestors. They've been passed down from one generation to the other. Wouldn't it be nice if they just passed down money? But they're passing all of these other things. Now, you have taken on your ancestors' biology. You've taken it on into your own body. You are a representation of your mother and father and their mothers and fathers and the ancestors going way, way, way back. It's kind of interesting as you look down your ancestral pipeline into the past, you're going to find yourself, one of your lifetimes. Because humans tend to follow the same bloodline. Very few ever really get out of the bloodline. So what happens? When you're coming back in for another lifetime, you tend to stay in the same bloodline. You're very used to the energy composition, and that includes both the body and the mind. That includes biological strengths and weaknesses, predispositions to illnesses, heart diseases, diabetes, cancer, and other things. You're adapting those. You're bringing those in when you come into that bloodline again.
In the second scenario that you outlined where you have the client or the patient, in this case, they are taking on, the client in particular, is taking on the woes of the world into their own self. They are tapping into mass consciousness and picking up illness on behalf of everyone. They are allowing themselves to be the martyr, and they feel that if they take on imbalanced energy, bring it into their body, and then can transmute it, this will help everyone. We don't recommend doing this, shaumbra. This is a bit, as we say, of a martyr role. And even though in mass consciousness it's having some effect, it is not a good thing to carry crosses, as Yeshua will tell you. It's not a good idea to carry the sins and the burdens and the sufferings of others. Not only is it difficult on your spiritual and biological system, but in a sense it's not honoring others. If you try to take on everybody else's sickness thinking that you are the one that will help cure and heal them, but you're just taking on their sickness, you're not honoring the sickness that they gave themselves or could be giving themselves, that they're feeding themselves in a way that they're choosing, and now you are discrediting or dishonoring their reality creation. So we don't recommend that at all.
There's something you like. Maybe like isn't the right word, but something that you're still getting from the suffering of the physical body. There's something that is maybe reminding you how human you are and what a kind of a false state that is. But if you're having a physical issue, cancer, diabetes, heart problems, aches and pains, whatever it happens to be, you want people to kind of feel sorry for you, and you want to feel sorry for yourself. There's no place in it anymore. Your body is responding to your need for attention by giving you that. And you say, well, no, I don't like the pain. Yeah, you do. Otherwise, it would not be there. You are a sovereign being. And even though you've come down or descended or whatever you call it into physical matter, It doesn't take away that you're truly a sovereign being and that it's all your energy and it's there to serve you. If there's physical issues going on in your body, I don't care what it is, digestive issues or gout or earaches or whatever, it's because you're still holding on to them. And then you get so in the fog about it, how it ever got there in the first place, what it's doing, and it's so overwhelming to your mind to say, I don't know, I just have this thing, I don't like it and I don't want it, and maybe you take some medications or whatever for it, but damn it, you're still finding something in it. It's time to get over that. Now, you don't have to go in and figure out what it's doing to serve you, because then you're going to get back into that duality battlefield of the mind and you'll never figure it out. But you can tell yourself that you are absolutely done with it. It's not serving you. It's not what you're choosing. And it needs to be gone. And then, damn it, expect that it's going to be gone. You don't have to try to figure out, okay, what am I still getting from this physical issue? It's about saying, I'm ready to let this go, and now I do it. Don't think about it. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't get into the mind games. It's like it is done now. It is the thing, the brain and the mind actually combine together to create pain in your body. And pain is actually really not real.
It's
an impulse of the mind and the brain. But isn't it interesting that the brain and the mind were so deviously smart? The brain can't feel any pain. The brain, I could do brain surgery on you later, and you're not going to feel any pain. There's no pain receptors in the brain. Isn't that fascinating? That should tell all of us a lot about the brain and the mind. Yet it will deliver the feeling of the sensation of pain some of you are feeling right now in your bodies. It's not real. It's not real. And you're the first group to be going through this, to be choosing to stay in the physical. But suddenly the body is aching. Sometimes the inflammation is overwhelming. The aches and the joints. And some of you are saying, well, it's just because you're aging or because of the rather rough lifestyle that you had lived when you were younger or whatever happens to be. It's not. It's simply a part of the process of going from your ancestral DNA body into your own sovereign body, your own sovereign biology, but also that you're going from just being a biological being, returning or coming back to your free energy body. What happens is you tend to stress about it. And the stress, as you know, increases inflammation. And the stress also makes you more aware of what your body is going through. First of all, it passes. It definitely passes. And then you're going to look back and say, well, that wasn't really so bad. But it passes. Secondly, there are things you can do instead of worrying about it. Go out and do some light exercise. Walk in nature. Some of you say, well, I can barely walk. Take a deep breath. Yes, you can. Don't make excuses for sitting on the sofa or walk to the store instead of driving. That light exercise, not the super heavy exercise, but light exercise, just being in water, in a swimming pool or a lake, just not even swimming hard, but just being there, moving your body will do tremendous good. And taking a lot of baths with, what do you have at your soapy bubbles, and you even put in some bath salts and oils and whatever you want. Light some candles, make an evening of it with yourself, and have something, a glass of wine, something that you love to eat. It doesn't make these things go away, but it makes them a lot easier. You are going through tremendous changes. You are going through basically an energy surgery right now on your body, an energy surgery. There are things that are being extracted, things that are being replaced, things that are being cut out, things that are being put in on an energetic level. And you know, for those of you who have had surgery in the past, it's pretty uncomfortable going through it. You're going through not just a surgery for one part of your body, like a knee or a elbow or something like that. You're going through an overall energy surgery on your body. It's a natural process, but yet it can be uncomfortable. Take a deep breath, and the less you worry about it, actually, the more you honor it, the less painful it's going to be. I swear 80% of shaumbra have asked in the last 2 months if they have cancer. And do I have cancer? Is there something wrong? No, you're going into embodied realization. And that's why your body aches. How about just allowing? Feel the difference. Here you're stressing, do I have cancer? What's wrong with me? Why the aches and pains? Here, over here is allowing. Oh, I'm going through a natural process. Yeah, it's my biology isn't used to it, and it's a little unsettling for that old for those cells and atoms and molecules and everything. They'll get used to it. It's not aging. It is a rapid transformation of energy intake on a deep cellular level. In other words, how you bring in and use energy. You're moving out of a biology based on an aniatron, a communications network within your being. You're moving out of a magnetic and electromagnetic biology system right now, moving into something entirely different, and it's affecting every atom and every cell, every molecule, and every organ in your body. You're the first group to go through the intense coming into the free energy body, the light body, within your existing cellular body, your carbon-based body, and trying to get the two to develop kind of a mutual respect for each other, a coexistence with each other. There are tremendous forces at work, and it's going to affect you. You're going to have aches and pains. It's not about your aging. It's a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say it's about reversing the aging process, literally becoming more vibrant, what you would call younger, but having more vitality. There are things you can do, such as time in the water. It's one of the best things, salt water in particular, whether it's a bath, a sauna, a spa, whatever, but immersed in water are going to be very, very helpful to the body. Other than that, it is just part of the process for you to be aware of, but not to get caught in it. It's a pothole in the road. And you could become so obsessed with your body, and I know you say it's really painful at times, but observe it and experience it instead of run from it, instead of medicate it. Observe it, and you'll be surprised how quickly that transforms from a almost a chronic pain into actually energy coming in a whole different way. I do understand the aches and pains, and I understand it's nothing you're particularly asking for. It's probably the last thing that you want. But it's part of the process that going from being a carbon-based biology into a true consciousness and energy-based free being. Patterns are things like aging and death, actually. Aging is a pattern you have just come to accept. I'm going to age because you've done it 1,000 times. You're pretty familiar with aging. You're pretty familiar with from birth and then maturing physically, sexually, mentally, and then hitting your peak and then slowly aging. It's almost like a hypnosis, but it's more just you're in patterning, and there's a huge part of you that's just saying, well, that's the way it is. We get old and then we die. No, we're going to break those patterns or let them go or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be the way it is. To a degree, it's aging, but I contend that in the original the original setup with the physical body, that as the body aged, it would initially was designed to actually kind of get better, to improve and to heal its system. So as you went from being a young person and you evolved to an adult and then to a more mature person, your body systems, through their own intelligence, should get better at healing and at energy management. Sex should be better when you're 60 or 70 than when you're 20. And just the whole relationship with the body should have improved. And that template is still in your physical body, but humans kind of went a different direction. And now the body ages and gets run down rather than actually becoming more efficient. The body has within its design capabilities to go on for quite a while, to actually get better, and then at some point to just hit that, what we call the death trigger, and saying, okay, I'm out of here for this lifetime, but not due to body decay and disease and cognitive issues. Whereas with shaumbra, it's really about integrating the light body. And in the integration, perhaps triggering that template that was in the physical body to actually get better with age. The body should be like wine. It should actually get better with age.
We see so many of you get up in the morning and look at the mirror and count the days and the years going by, and you're simply triggering your biology into a death process. You hold on to a date when you were born onto this earth, even onto a sign that you came in with. None of these are truly appropriate anymore. Yes, you can still mark that date. You can still chuckle to yourself on that date, but you're all being rebirthed. You are all being rebirthed. You can rejuvenate yourselves, particularly with some of the energies brought in today by Gaia. You can rejuvenate. You don't have to hold on to an aging process anymore. You don't have to hold on to having a specific number of years. This is still ingrained within so many of you, and so many of you still follow the birth and the age cycles and count the years. It's time to release that, to release your consciousness from that old pattern.
You look in the mirror some days and you say, certainly I'm getting older. I have to slow this down. I have to stop. That is control. You are now trying to tell your body what to do. You're trying to manipulate your body. In a sense, you could say you're putting the brakes on the aging process. You're trying to restrict the way the body changes itself. You're trying to fight a process that is taking place. Well, first of all, it is imposing some very restrictive energies on you, on your physical body. And your physical body then gets very confused. But also, above all, that is not the way to, keep a youthful energy about you. So let's start right there. Let's take off. Let's be aware of that control of aging. And then let's let that go. Just release it. You don't need that type of control in your life. Honor your body. Honor the process that it goes through. Stop trying to tell it to not have more wrinkles. Now you're saying, what do I replace this with? What do I replace with this if I let go of the aging control? What do I replace it with? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. You don't need to. You don't need to. Maybe perhaps the breath, but you don't need to replace it with anything. So take a deep breath again, using the aging, the physical aging as an example of a control. Take a deep breath. Release that control. Why would you want to try to control anyway? Why would you want to control this biology of yours, which you helped to create, which knows so well how to care for itself, to take care of you physically. Why would you want to start telling it what to do?